All right, welcome fam to No Frills, No Thrills. It's just brother ha2tim, and today we are talking about dropping that qualifier, reclaiming our narrative without apology. Now, of course, this is coming from a blog post, and I know some of y'all don't have time to be checking in on brother ha2tim and what he's doing with his blog and all that. So, hey, doing the show, and this helps me construct my my podcast, so I don't be dragging it out, because you already know brother ha2tim can talk. You know what I'm saying? So talking about dropping that qualifier. We are at a pivotal moment in history, a moment of transformation, of collapse, and of rebirth. Like the mythical phoenix, the symbol of Gye-Nyame journey, very robust. We are being pushed to redefine ourselves, to rise from the ashes of outdated frameworks. A conversation I had recently made me realize something profound. We have been conditioned to qualify ourselves in ways that no other group does. We say black man, black woman, black history, as if our identity needs an extra descriptor to be understood, acknowledged, or validated. But why? When white people talk about their history, they don't call it white history. They simply call it history. Napoleon is just Napoleon. The Renaissance is just the Renaissance. Yet when we speak of our existence, our achievements, our legacy, we feel the need to prefix them with black. But this qualifier does more than just distinguish. It subtly suggests that our reality is secondary to some greater, more dominant standard. It implies that without this label, our history, our manhood, our womanhood, our contributions would somehow be invisible or unrecognized. But what if we stop playing by those rules? With the shifting political landscape, including the removal of the DEI initiatives, many are worried about the erasure of black programs, black spaces, and black history. But what if this is actually an opportunity? What if, instead of lamenting the loss of the label, we step fully into our power and claim the space that has always been ours? We don't need to have black conferences. We need men conferences. We don't need black leadership programs. We need leadership programs. Our history isn't black history. It's history. Full stop. When we qualify our experiences, we unwittingly give power to the idea that someone else's experience is the default. But what happens when we stop playing along? What happens when we walk into a room and take up space without explanation or justification? It's time for the rest of the world to feel what we've been forced to feel for centuries. Let them qualify their existence the way we've had to qualify ours. Let them feel the discomfort adding extra words to describe what they have always assumed was the default. Elon Musk, for example, had to clarify his identity by calling himself a white South African, because simply saying African wouldn't be enough for the world to understand his reality. That moment of qualification, of having to explain oneself, is a shift in power. Now it's our turn. We don't need permission to exist, to teach, to lead, to create. We don't need labels that make our existence seem like a subsection of someone else's reality. When we teach history, we teach history. When we discuss leadership, we discuss leadership. When we celebrate culture, we celebrate culture. And all those should have a capital for history. If it's history, it's our story. Capital H, history. Capital L, leadership. Capital C, culture. The void we've been taught to fill with qualifier is an artificial construct, a product of white supremacy, white hegemony, white illness, designed to keep us boxed in and to make them comfortable. It's time to break out of that box. The challenge before us is clear. Drop the qualifier and take up space unapologetically. stand in the fullness of who we are without bowing to the outdated expectation, the world will adjust. They have to adjust. We have to make them adjust. Let's build, let's create, let's move forward without permission, without explanation, and without qualifiers. This is Brother ha2tim. No frills, no thrills. Just Brother ha2tim. I am here, I'm up, and I am out, family. Peace.